Hey guys, so today's Friday, and I think what I'm going to be doing for every Friday or every other Friday, not sure yet, is going to be story times. This story time is very demonic. It's very strange, very creepy. I'm not sure how many story times I'll be doing, but to start off, number one. I'm sure you guys have heard of Michael Jackson, right? Everybody's heard of Michael Jackson. He's very popular. I'm sure you've seen him. Well, there's rumors that he's alive, or, he's dead, he's resting, rest in peace, Me personally, I believe he's alive. And back in 2018, 2019, I was on my tablet just scrolling through TikTok, seeing all these videos that Michael Jackson was still alive. And I believed it. Seeing all these different videos, every single one of them. I'm sure you've seen that ambulance video, right? There was an ambulance right after Michael Jackson's death. They put him in an ambulance, right? From the helicopter into the ambulance, because it was very serious. Watch me get canceled for doing that. And so they put him into the ambulance. And so there was a person that followed the ambulance. Same license plate. Followed the ambulance. And then out comes a guy helping Michael Jackson out of the ambulance and walking into closed doors. Now tell me that's not something. Here's the video. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that suspicious? It's very suspicious. And see, that's what raises my suspicion level way up here. Into the infinity and beyond. Way up there. Because it's like, So, that's the videos I kept seeing. Were videos like that. And so, a year ago, I was at my friend's house, and I was like, what is this? There's a video. There's these people that are walking in France, walking down the road, or walking, on the sidewalk, and they cross the street. And on the other sidewalk, there's these bodyguards with Michael Jackson walking towards him. Michael Jackson's wearing black shades, and meanwhile, this is nighttime. He's wearing shades with a black hat and a mask. Why do you need shades in the dark? Oh, my bad. Maybe he was retarded. No. But he was wearing shades in the dark. This was made in 2011. He was supposed to be dead in 2009, right? Right? So, as soon as they said, oh, Michael Jackson, or however they said, I'm not trying to make fun of him, however French people talk, alright? As soon as they say Michael Jackson, he hides himself with a bag immediately. Here's the video.
Oh non, Kini, arrête ton téléphone, s'il te plaît. Il continue à filmer.
Oh, arrête!
Vas-y, arrête, frère, s'il te plaît. Bah, regarde la tour Eiffel au milieu.
Allez, là,
Au lieu de
c'est bon,
filmer.
regarde la tour Eiffel.
Filme un truc français.
On s'en fout, c'est moche.
Ouais, c'est ça. Ah, tu veux dire qu'on est beau, hein.
Ah ouais. Ah ouais.
On traverse. Je te jure, si tu peux pas la vidéo... Non, je vais casser ta cam.
Oh non.
Non, mais c'est clair, t'es face.
Non, non, non.
Non, mais t'es
Bah,
face.
si.
Non, non.
Ah, mais
Mais non,
T'as
mais non.
entendu ce que j'ai dit?
t'as pas chaud, t'es
Eh,
face, c'est tout.
mais y a...
C'est qui ça?
mais...
Ah, mais y'a Michael Jackson.
Non, non, il est mort, lui. Non,
Mais non, regarde, mais c'est lui. Viens.
Now, come on now. Come on now. And people say that's fake. Come on now. Really? It's very suspicious. Very suspicious. So, that happened. I discovered that a year ago. So that was way after all my dreams had happened. I'm glad I didn't find out when my dreams happened, because here's what happened. So, I'm seeing all those videos, and I immediately started crying. Because if you guys have seen Michael Jackson's face, it's very disturbing, very terrifying looking. And so, I was very terrified of his face, so I just break down crying. Because I'm thinking, oh gosh, I don't want him to find our address, break in, and kill me. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking he's going to come in here and kill me, right? You know, an 8-year-old, 9-year-old mind, right? And so, I was just thinking that, so I started crying. Excuse me, I'm a little bit tired. And so I'm crying in my dad's arms, and he's like, what's the matter, son? You okay? And I'm just telling him what I saw and all that stuff. And, you know, you could tell he was mad. He was, you know, upset the fact that his own son's crying. You know, you understand what I'm trying to get at. And so, a day later, I fall asleep. And of course this happens to be the night I fall asleep staring at a wall. Of course it has to be. Of course. The one night I choose to stare at a wall and fall asleep because I'm like, the wall's cold, so I like the way it felt on my face. I don't know. The one night I have a dream about Michael Jackson. So I fall asleep, you know, sound asleep. And I'm sitting at my computer desk. Not in here, but there was a computer in the living room. I don't know if you guys saw my original videos that I uploaded where I was at the desk, you know, turning into the name of Shazam. You know, those older videos where there was a computer set up in the living room. And I was sitting there watching Stove's Kitchen. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him, but Stove's Kitchen. And so I turned around because I heard that the news guy said, we have Michael Jackson here and he's going to be talking about what he thinks about people that hate him or something like that. And so I'm turning around because I'm thinking, isn't he supposed to be dead? Why is he on the news, right? And so I have some audio clips for you guys that are AI generated, but that's what I heard. And so after he says what he said, he leans into the camera, takes off his black shades. I never saw the Paris video. Where he's walking down the thing with black shades. I never saw it, but he was wearing the exact same outfit. Isn't that interesting? So this interview could be, I don't know if it's real or not, okay? And so, he takes off his black shades and leans into the camera. So these are the audio clips that happened in my dream.
We have Michael Jackson here today, and he's going to be talking about what he thinks about people that hate him. Michael, what do you think about that?
Well, what I think about people that hate me is that they are ignorant, especially you Christian.
Now, if that's not spooky, I don't know what is. Okay? So I heard that, and so I wake up, and I'm like, what the heck? And I wake up, and all I see is black because I'm faced towards a wall, and all I heard in my head was, I always feel like someone's watching me, Thriller, Beat It, all these other Michael Jackson songs. It was only Michael Jackson songs. I couldn't think of one other song name that wasn't Michael Jackson. You know, I know someone's always watched me isn't a Michael Jackson song, but isn't he in that song or voice in that? Something like that. But anyways, I couldn't think of any other songs besides his. Now tell me that isn't creepy. So that's happening, and so I'm just laying there kind of just shook up, and something tugs my leg. It's like a tug. So my leg's laying here, it's like a tug. I'm like, what was that? And so I'm like, okay, well maybe something's telling me to turn around. So my stupid self decided to turn around. And so I flip over, so I'm faced towards the door now. So basically what you guys are seeing in the background behind me is what I saw. Minus some stuff that wasn't in here back in 2018, 2019. And so I'm laying there and I'm covering my dog, and I used to sleep with my door open. Because my dog need to get in and out sometimes, get food, water, use the restroom, all that type of stuff. And so I'm like, what is that at my door? And it was Michael Jackson standing at my door. A blacked out shadow figure of Michael Jackson standing at my door. I can still remember it clear as day. I wish I could find a picture on the internet of a hollowed out black picture so you could understand. But it was at my door. And I was like, what the heck? I said, well, maybe that might be my dad. Maybe because sometimes he would just stand there, but, you know, he would get on his phone or something. I was just very confused. And so I was just laying there, just staring at it. Just like, what is this? What is this at my door? And so it doesn't move. And so I moved just a smidge, and immediately it does like that. Real fast. Like, boom. And its head is peeking in through the door. So all you saw was a blacked out shadow head of Michael Jackson's head. And I knew it was Michael Jackson's head because you remember his hair with the little curls that came down here? Yeah. So it was like someone had a paper cutout of Michael Jackson's head, and it was just at the, you know, that's what it looked like, right? So I'm seeing that, and so I don't know what provokes me, but I am sorry. Hold up. Jeez and crack. I don't know why I'm so tired. I'm sorry, guys. And so I stand up and I start walking towards the door, and it starts walking towards me. Now, you guys obviously never knew this, but before I had a fan, I used to have a fan, but I broke it because I swung on it like a monkey. Yeah, that was real smart. I literally swung on it back and forth and broke the fan blades off. So I didn't have a fan for a long time. So it was always hot in my room. I would always get sweaty, all that stuff. And so the reason why I say that is because I was standing in the middle of my room, and it started walking towards me, and I started getting very cold. Very chilly. Didn't they say something about that? If there's a spirit in your room that you start feeling cold and there's a cold, chilly vibe? Yeah. So I swear I just saw a shadow in my room. Oh my God. I swear I just saw it. Okay. Woo. Golly. So it's just standing there in front of me like this, face to face. I couldn't see anything but a black figure. And so I'm standing there, and so it walks past me. I am sorry. I am yawning. I apologize. And so I walk, and I'm standing at the door. And all of a sudden, we're going to pause it. Because reverse, I turn over and I start crying. You may be like, what are you doing? You switching up the story on us now? No. Because that's what happened. I turned around and I started crying. My mom woke up, came in there and started comforting me, took me into the living room and was trying to figure out what was going on. She said, do you want me to turn on the TV? I said no, because I still saw the image on this TV screen. Fast forward a day later, I fall asleep, facing the wall again, the dumbest mistake ever. Turn around, stand up, fast forward, now I'm standing at the door, and then all of a sudden, I'm in my elementary school that I haven't been in for 2 years, and all of a sudden I'm in the bathroom stall, and the door opens, and it's my dad sitting there, and he turns into Michael Jackson. You're like, what just happened? You just said a lot of things just then. I sure did, and I ain't no pastor. Okay? So he stands up, and I start booking it down the hallway. And all of a sudden, you guys see my hallway, because in No Escape, you saw my hallway. It starts extending, like as far stretched out as possible. And so I'm running down the hallway, and he's chasing me with a freaking knife, saying, I'm going to kill you. Remember I said how I was scared that he was going to come in my house and kill me? Well, all of a sudden, a dream made that happen. Thanks a lot, demon. And so it's running down the hallway, and I'm running down the hallway. And so I turn around, he's not there. And so I turn around, and zoinks, freaking Scooby-Doo, freaking crap. He's right in front of me. Right in front of me. And so I'm like, huh. It was like a freaking jump scare. And so I turn around and start running, and then wake up, and I start crying. And, you know, Eventually, I can't remember what happened after that. But those were my Michael Jackson dreams. And, you think about, why did I have those dreams? Just because I was scared of someone's face? And it took me 6 months to get past that. 6 months. All because I was scared of someone's face. The devil said, hey, since he's scared of someone's face, we're going to make it seem like he's really alive and really trying to kill you. Like, what sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense to me. So every time I talk about it, I feel like someone's in my room or anything like that. I was recently at my friend's house and I was telling him about it because he never heard the stories. And so I was telling him about that. And I had closed my eyes and because it was very early in the morning. We were supposed to be asleep, but we stayed up for a whole day. And so the next day, it was 7 in the morning. We were laying in bed talking when we should have been asleep. Friends, am I right? And so I closed my eyes just for a second because I saw he was closing his eyes, just doing like that. So I thought, okay, well, he's stretching his arm because he's just stretching because he's been laying down for a while. So he's about to fall asleep on me. So I just, stop talking. But I continued talking, and I closed my eyes just for a split second, and I saw this demonic-looking face. I didn't say anything, but I opened my eyes, and just kept my eyes open and continued telling the story. So, I told him the story, and, he was like, wow, that's crazy, and, all that stuff. Well, fast forward to when we woke up. Daniel is his name. Daniel was in the living room telling his brother Franklin that, hey, Christian was telling me about this story and blah 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 about all this stuff. And so apparently when I was telling him the story, there was a demonic figure standing at the door, his door. So it followed me from here, went to their place, and was standing at the door looking at me very angrily, very like very aggressively looking at me. And apparently it looked at Daniel and came towards Daniel, and Daniel was grabbing his face. So that's what he was doing. He wasn't stretching his arm, he was grabbing his face and telling it to go away. Whatever this entity is, it doesn't like me. Right? And that was not that long ago either. So there's tons of other stories of demonic things that have happened. I'm getting goosebumps because it's terrifying. Of other things that have happened, which will be either next week or the other week. That's been my story. See you guys later. Cool JC out. Bye, guys.